Welcome to Kinda Keto with Donna. Well, happy December. And December to me means baking. And those of us on keto and low carb lifestyle doesn't mean we can't bake anymore. We just have to watch some of our ingredients. And I found this Lily's chocolate mint flavor baking chips. Actually, I don't know, probably a month or two ago, and I snagged it because I don't think it's around all the time. And we're going to make something with it. How about some keto chocolate mint brownies? Because chocolate and mint go together. So stay tuned and follow along. Here are the ingredients you're going to need to make these keto mint chocolate chip brownies. Yum. I can't wait. We got some monk fruit sweetener or any type of the granular sweetener that is good for keto and low carb. We've got some butter. You're going to do a whole stick of butter. That's 8 tablespoons. And I like to try to get the Kerrygold, but whatever you get is fine. You got 3 eggs. I got some cocoa. Organic cocoa. I believe I got that at Walmart. Got some almond flour. I keep this in the refrigerator, keep it fresher. And coconut flour, a little baking powder, a little salt, that's my little salt container. And the star of the show, which created this recipe, is my chocolate mint flavor baking chips. Can't wait to finally use it. Let's get to making some brownies. The hardest part about this recipe is getting my pan situated. Actually, I've been really liking doing the parchment paper, and I fold it up. Sometimes I only do one side across, depending on what I'm doing. I did some cranberry bars recently, and one was plenty, but I wasn't sure how thick this was going to be. So I did both directions, and it's just so much easier to kind of pull out. Also for cutting, because then you could pull everything out and then lay it nice and flat on a cutting board and cut it instead of trying to cut it in, the pan sometimes. But anyway, I think it's a little easier, so that's what I'm going to do. And I do take an extra step, and I do sift my almond flour, so I just put all my dry ingredients, or most of them, together there. So for the almond flour, it's a half a cup of almond flour to only 1 tablespoon of your coconut flour. Only 1 tablespoon. And a half a teaspoon of the baking powder. And just a 1/4 teaspoon, and I kind of put a little too much in there, of the salt. So I'm sifting all that together. So I am going to have an extra bowl in the sifter to wash. But I like sifting it. I just think it comes out a nice consistency. Okay, to our bowl, we're going to add our sugar. And the butter is actually going to be melted instead of, so this is a little different. A lot of times you cream butter and sugar together in baking. This says melted, so we melted it. Love the smell of butter. It'll make you just want to have lobster. All right, so we got that melted butter. Don't waste any of that good butter. Okay. And your 3 eggs, and we're going to mix that all together. Doo-doo-doo. And so just a hand mixer. I've got a KitchenAid, but I think this will be just fine for this. All right, to this mixture now, you just mix it till smooth. I've got my coconut flour, almond flour, all that mix. That's going to go in there, along with our cocoa. And we're going to add in our 1/3 cup of the unsweetened cocoa powder. Always good to have on hand. There's all sorts of recipes that you can use, and I guess mug cakes and stuff, which actually I haven't really done much of that, so maybe I should experiment with that. And we're going to mix this up now. Okay, now to this, we're going to add our chips. So this is my Lily's baking chips. I was a little disappointed. For some reason, I thought they'd be green, and there'd be that nice contrast between the brown and the green, but they're not, so I must have been thinking of something else. They, obviously they're the mint flavor, so it's going to be, fine. But this original recipe is actually from Chalk Zero, and I think theirs are white chocolate mint, maybe? So we'll have to look at that. but these are not white, nor are they green, but they do smell like mint. So we're going to fold them in kind of gently into the batter and pour it into our greased pan. It's in the pan. My oven is now ready at 350 degrees, and it's going to cook for 22 to 25 minutes. Remember, always check a little early on your oven because times obviously can change, and I don't want them burnt. Now see how nice and easy. It's pretty cool by now. And you just pop the whole thing out. And then it's nice and flat. And you take the knife, and then it's just a little easier to cut, down instead of trying to, cut up the sides and everything. So, all right, so this is supposed to make 9 brownies. I mean, I personally like 4 like that. What about you? But I'll be good. And we'll do the 9. At least that's a nice even amount. See, it cuts so nice and easy. And pretty clean there. Sometimes I'll take a wet paper towel and just kind of, a damp paper towel and wipe it off if I need to. Actually, these are pretty good size for 9. Okay. I hate brownie recipes that are like 1-bite brownies. All right. Yay. I actually think they rose pretty nice for homemade brownies. Look, that's pretty thick. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, now the best part. It's a new recipe, so we have to try it together. This recipe is from Chalk Zero, and I will leave a link to that in the description. So let's see if it's worth it. I said it cut really good. It came together really fast. I think it looks really nice and thick and moist. No green ones. I like the bag again. It had brown chips on there. I don't know why I thought they were green, but oh well. All right, here we go. I got an end cut. I'm pretty darn happy with that. Hair may be dry, but just a hair. But like it's not falling apart. Taste of mint in there. All right. Chocolate mint brownies, keto style, with a little of my hot chocolate mix that I made. And you can do it too, because that was really easy and pretty much ingredients except for the chips that you probably already have in your house. So give it a shot. If you like these type of keto recipes and cooking tips and that type of thing, consider subscribing to my channel called Kinda Keto with Donna. Give it a like if you like this video, and leave me a comment. Tell me whether you would try it, whether you have something like that, whether you use a different type of pan, or, give me some tips too. We'll learn together. All right, well, until next time, bye.